What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gbemi. I'm a Nigerian lifestyle vlogger based here in Lagos, Nigeria. If you're new to my channel, God brought you here for a reason. Thank you for stopping by. Do not forget to click on the subscribe button if you found yourself liking this video, and do not forget to click on the notification bell to always get notified whenever I post videos. And if you're returning back to my channel, loyal gang, you are very, very welcome. I do not take it for granted. I appreciate you guys for always coming back and stopping by to watch my videos. So today, guys, this video, I don't know why I'm laughing. Somebody sent me a message and requested that I make this video, and I will be reading the message to you guys. And yeah, so let's just jump right into the video, because from the topic, you guys already know what I want to talk about. So let's not waste time. I got a message from somebody, and I'm going to read the message, and also let me shift and also put it somewhere here so that you guys can see the question. Anyways, all right. Hello, Auntie Bemi. Please, I want to ask a question, and I want you to put on YouTube. Do Christians have boring sex? Just went straight to the point. I was having a conversation with my neighbor the other day. Now, Corona, I can't say that thing. Sorry. Now, virus caused this talk, and she said she doesn't believe in waiting till marriage because she doesn't want to be disappointed sexually, and that most of these Christian brothers usually have boring sex. I told her I don't think it's true, but I just said, let me ask you. I'm sure people will learn from it. Please greet Uncle Toye and she says Touche. It's Touche, and maybe she made a mistake, and Touche for me. So let's not even waste time. This person is basically asking that do Christians have boring sex? Okay, so first off, I do not subscribe to that school of thought that you need to experiment sexually before you get married because you don't want to be disappointed when you get married. So what happens when you now experiment sexually? You now find out that the person is not compatible, so you now move to another person and experiment sexually again. And so how many people are you going to be experimenting with before you now finally get to the person that you feel like you're compatible with? She also said that our neighbor said that Christian brothers are probably not do not probably have good sex or something. We're going to address that. I'll now answer that and say, so is that why you want to convert unbelievers? So you want to be with an unbeliever, you want to be unequally yoked with an unbeliever because the person might be having better sex than your fellow Christian brother that you think will not be able to have good sex, even though I'm ready to bust your bubble right now. But let's just, those are things I'm going to first, put out there. Please don't convert unbelievers because you think that a Christian brother is not going to have good sex. Marriage is not the end goal at the end of the day. Unbelievers get married. Anybody can get married. It's not the end goal. What the end goal is a marriage that glorifies God. Are you with me? Okay. Now that we have that out of the way, let me now start talking about some things that have to do with sex. Okay, so now to the actual sex question. Listen, sex is actually fun. It is interesting. People don't like to talk about sex, especially Christians and churches, because we make it out to seem like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Sex was ordained by God. Human beings are supposed to have sex. When you are married, let me put that, are supposed to have sex because you're supposed to procreate. So how else do you procreate if you do not have sex? So I feel like it's very important. I don't just know why churches and Christians don't talk more about it. But yeah, sex is actually fun. It is interesting with the right person. And the right person, like I've always said, I made a video about how do you know that God doesn't want you to be in a relationship. You can go and check that out, or I'll link the card here. If you finally find the right person that God has ordained for you, trust me, sex will be fun. Sex will be good. Sex will be interesting. I am a living testimony. I am a living testimony. I remember on my wedding night, I was like, oh God, what was it gonna be like? What was it gonna feel like, with my husband and everything? And we went to bed. I went to bed, he went to bed, and I thought that was it till the next day. But a guy was not, He was ready, it was good. It was beautiful. And since then, we've been having beautiful sex at that time. So, and you can see the results. We have a daughter, Tisha. So, yeah, sex is actually fun. And my husband is a Christian brother. So, why are you saying that you feel like Christian brothers do not have good sex? Why? Trust me, Christian brothers, God will direct them on the things that they're supposed to do. They will go and read books, they will do everything, and they will know how to make you feel good and how sex is actually supposed to be good, okay? I'm going to say that I don't even understand what boring sex is. I don't get, I don't even relate. Please, sorry, excuse me, I cannot relate. Second thing I have to say is communication. Communication is key. Whenever I have like my friends doing their bridal showers or whatever, and they say, oh, whoever is getting married already should come and talk about something. One thing I always tell my friends that are about to get married is, listen, you need to communicate with your husband, especially when it comes to things like sex. If you like this thing, tell him that you like this thing. Oh, if you want to, somewhere where I used to work before, a lady there used to call it, is it helicopter style? If you want to do helicopter style and you feel like, oh, it is awesome for the both of you, as long as it is not hurting the other person, as long as it's not hurting your husband, it's not hurting your spouse, by all means, everything goes in sex. Everything goes when you're married, rather. So, communicate with each other, have communication, say, oh, these are the things I like, these are the things I want. If you want to have that really, type of sex, communicate with your spouse and let them know the kind of things that you want. You are married now. So I do not subscribe to the notion of saying that Christians have boring sex. Christians do not have boring sex. Christians who do not communicate with each other have boring sex. The next thing I have to say is that do not force something that you feel like your partner would not like on them. So like I said, everything goes in sex. Whatever you want to do, by all means do it. But if you feel like you're forced, maybe you tell your spouse that, oh, you like this or you appreciate this and you want your spouse to do it to you, and your spouse is like, it's going to hurt me, or I don't, I'm not convinced or I'm not convicted to do that kind of thing, then you have to slow your roll, you understand? But everything still boils down to communication, like I said earlier. But try as much as possible not to force something that you feel like your partner would not like on them. Then it brings me to also the question that a lot of Christians always ask about oral sex. Is oral sex good or is not good, or should they do it or should they not do this? This is what I have to say. If you have a conviction in your heart that this thing is not good, like the oral sex is not good, then don't do it. But then you must have been a Christian that you have the Holy Spirit, your spirit filled, and the Holy Spirit is telling you this and that. But if your spirit is fine with it and your spouse is also fine with it, hey, get down and do all the dirty things that you people want to do. So if you're acrobatic and your spouse is also acrobatic like you, and you are spinning and turning and flipping and whoo, as long as you're married, everything goes. Another thing I have to say is that if you're angry at your spouse or at your partner, and you feel like, oh, by the time you guys have sex, everything will be fine. Sex is not going to fix it. Sex is not the answer. I feel like before you guys even have sex, you have to try to resolve whatever might be the issue. You talk to each other, oh, I didn't like the way you addressed me, or I didn't like the way you handled this situation, before you get into the sex. And makeup sex is pretty beautiful, by the way. But make sure you address it before you get into the sex, because by the time you get into the sex, that's when, things might get a little, and it might be good, but then after you're done, you're back to fighting or what then happens. So try and make sure as much as possible that you resolve your issues. If you're fighting, if you're angry at each other and everything, try to resolve it before having sex, because sex is not going to fix it, my dears. It's not going to fix it. So another thing that I have to say, and this is really addressing the person's neighbor, and to everybody that might feel that same way, is this is why people have to have communication with each other. So if you're getting married, if your whole purpose of getting married is to have gym and gish sex with each other, then that marriage is most likely not going to work, because you're saying that, she doesn't believe in waiting, she has to experiment or something like that. So is your whole purpose of getting married to have sex? There's so much more to marriage than having sex. I mean, sex is key, but hey, is that really it? And if that is your sole purpose, to have adventurous sex, the marriage is most likely not gonna work. So yeah, what people do in their bedroom is strictly their business. And I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that Christians have boring sex, because I am a Christian and I am not having boring sex. So yeah, whatever people want to do as a Christian, you're free to do whatever you want to do. Don't go and do bestiality things. So I did not say that one. And don't do, like I said, what your partner is not going to like, and don't force them to do what they're not going to like. And if you're convicted, if the Holy Spirit is convicting you about a particular act of sex that's, people do, but you shouldn't be doing, then just listen to the Holy Spirit. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. If people want to carry themselves and throw themselves on the roof and yada yada yada, that's their business. Okay, so yeah, that is my take and my answer to this lady's question on if Christians have boring sex. So if you want to contribute, please leave it in the comment section down below. I would like to hear what you guys have to say about this topic. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you found yourself liking this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share with everybody that you know, leave a comment, you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.